What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Harry Potter Quidditch Champions yet again and talk about the idea of a early access or an open beta type thing for this game. It's something, honestly, I petition for quite often when it comes to games like this, but because, we talked a few weeks ago when this game was first announced, right? The mixed reception. This game has definitely not been as positive as I thought it was going to be, and that's okay. People have the right to say what they want, and there's some questions on this game, and I think a lot of that really stems from, you show the trailer for the first time, the first real trailer, and there's zero gameplay, right? It's more cinematic and more sets the tone and more sets an image of what Harry Potter Quidditch Champions is, but it doesn't show you what it's actually like to play the game. Now, I'll stop myself right there in terms of some people were able, to play this game early, and that really is where my point comes in. Without saying anything really to that, I really think what's best for a game like this is to have people play it early. Now, I really think you're past the point of no return when it comes to if you pre-order the game, you get this, or, we're going to do this for an early access type thing. I feel like the only thing this game can do right now, or leading up to its launch, is to do an open beta. I really think it's specifically called open beta. You have something like Concord, what Concord's doing through PlayStation, right? They're doing kind of a tiered thing. So if you pre-order the game, you get in along with some friend codes, and you'll get in one weekend, and then the next, or 1 week or whatever it is, and then the next week it's for anybody on PS5, anybody on PC. And when I saw that for Concord, I was thinking, this would really, I think personally would really work for Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. You actually have similar things going on with the games. I think they're both $40. Now, Harry Potter has the PS Plus kind of tied into it, but it's only for the first month, and it's only for PS Plus, right? It's not through anything else. So you're hoping that the people on Xbox, you're hoping on people on PC, all this stuff. I think opening it up and saying, hey, let's give you guys 3 days. Anybody, don't limit it, right? Anybody can jump in and play this game for a 2 to 3 day, and it can be short. And if you're looking for suggestions, by the way, I would just say this: you don't even have to give the full-on game. Like, cosmetics will be a part of it, you assume, based off the trailer, and positions, right? So maybe you limit what positions people are able to play. Maybe you don't, right? You look at something like a Concord, they're literally allowing people to play any of the characters. So there's 16 characters in all. None of them are locked for that. For Harry Potter, you might want to do something where you allow people to play any position, because if you lock a position, then who's playing it, right? When you're playing online with people, who's going to play that position? Is it a bot? Do you trust the bots to be good? That can maybe damage the look of the game. So you allow people to play any position they want, but what you could do is maybe lock the cosmetics. You can only play as like Harry, Malfoy, and Ron or something, right? So you got the same like 3 or 4 people going around the field, something like that. I think that makes sense, where you're still, you're gating the game in some way, where you're not going to let people do absolutely everything. And also, you don't, and I'm trying to, play both sides of this, right? Well, like, why would they want to? You don't have to let people, or you don't have to assume people are experiencing the entire game in just a few days. It is a tight, it's a tight rope just in general, really, when you do stuff like this. And I understand it, right? You allow people to play a game that is literally, online playing this thing, and you allow them to play it for 2, 3, 4 days, and there could be a worry there that we're just giving the game away. You have to have confidence, and I think they should have confidence, to be honest with you. You have to have confidence that your game is good enough to latch onto people where they enjoy that hook, and then they want to play it long term. Like, and here's the thing: if people don't do that, then your game, I don't think, is going to work long term anyway. It's kind of tough love, but I really think that's where I stand. And to be honest with you, it's kind of why any game that has pretty much, like, say 99% multiplayer as like the main thing the game's doing, I think pretty much any of those games should do some sort of open or early access or whatever, because it can't really, if it hurts your game, it's your game's fault. If it helps your game, it's on you. You actually, should get a round of applause or something. Does that make sense? Because if your game doesn't catch on in 2 or 3 days, or the reverse of that is people feel like they've done it all, seen it all, right? Well, then your game's not very good. If people play it and they say, oh man, this is highly addicting, I really want to play it, and then you take it from them, right? It's literally like dangling something in front of somebody's face, they grab it and you pull it away. In this case, you're letting them have it, and then you're taking it from them. That, I would imagine, signals you have a good game. And I just feel, especially because you have PS Plus, that would be an extra way of getting even more people to try it out. Now, they kind of already have that built in, right? Because through PS Plus, you'll be able to play it for the first month. they're kind of doing the long play with what I just said. You're allowing anybody that has PS Plus to jump into your game free of charge, and you're hoping that they'll stick with it once the PS Plus ends and they have to buy it. And it's only PlayStation, right? So in a way, they are doing what I said, but longer, but only for one system. My suggestion would be open it up for 2 or 3 days in the middle of August, let people try it on anything. I bet you get more people on PS Plus through that, and you should get more sales. It's a free way of checking out the game without giving them the entire game, and you have to have faith that your game is good enough where it latches onto people and it doesn't let go. If it lets go, much like other games have and constantly will continue to, it's the game's fault. It's the developer's fault. It's whatever you want to say. That's the cruel nature of doing, whether it's online only or live service or whatever it is. If you feel uncomfortable that your game isn't going to last for more than 3-4 days, I feel like that's a game problem. That's not the community. I think you can help and get people more interested or invested in the game by letting them play it early. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it would actually, again, without saying what I can't say anything really, right? But I have confidence that the game is good, and I have confidence that people are really going to like the game once they're able to play it. Let people play it. That's honestly where I stand on it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.